Mr. Emilio,
What is going on?
you want to introduce yourself real quick?
I am the master of the comic book and pop culture arts, sorcerer supreme of the underworld of comics. Emilio Marty, that's me.
And
Bum, 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 bum.
exactly. We'll get into it. We'll discuss it later. But as far as what you're going to be doing, because I'm super excited for the things you're going to be doing in the future, especially because we're going to help get your shit up and running also. But there is actually, I was talking to someone, and someone was super excited that you were coming on, because I talked to him, and he's also another comic book nerd, I guess you would say. Shout out,
I'm like, wait, who do I know that I'm nerded?
shout out to Christian.
Christian.
Yo,
So-
I'm so stupid.
Christian, why?
I just hit my tooth with a fucking glass.
Oh, a little bit of cocotazo nut, huh?
Yo, motherfucker, I had the
Joking on the gooeyes, huh?
measurement is not right. What happened?
So he was curious about how you felt about the new Doctor Strange that is getting filmed or talked about,
All right. So my problem with that movie is,
because he was asking me about what if I asked you about Nightmare.
So all right. So my problem is it should have been first. Nightmare should have been the first villain opposed to Dormammu.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know, Dormammu is Doctor Strange.
I don't know.
So all right. So Dormammu in the first movie.
Yeah, I was ready to say, when you explain this, you're going to explain it like you, because Chino has no clue.
So
about,
I'm gonna refer to.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna try to refer to the movies as much as possible, but I'll tell you the comic book origins of it.
Yeah.
So Dormammu is the dark dimension. In the movie, at the end, he's that big head, but he's actually that entire universe. So he is as powerful as an entire universe. He's one of the most powerful throughout the Marvel Comics, the most powerful magical beings of all time. It was too much too soon to bring him in, because now that we have Infinity War, you have like the Infinity Gauntlet, and you're looking at it and you're going, awesome, Infinity Gauntlet, there's so much power, it's the most powerful thing until we get an ultimate nullifier. But then I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, Dormammu's an entire universe, and all we got was a head that got beaten by one stone. So
Yeah,
it was kind of off throne. So for me, this new movie, the only problems I have with it is I don't really want to see Wanda in it, because Wanda is supposed to be in it, I believe. The Scarlet Witch is supposed to make an appearance or be part of it.
Yeah.
And for me, I thought this movie should have been the first
Edition.
the first line for Doctor Strange. It should have been Nightmare. Nightmare is, as his name fucking recalls, he is a nightmare. He's the god of nightmares. He invades your dreams. He can keep you up. I mean, like, for instance, he kept the Hulk awake in Hulk rage mode for, I think it was like a week. Oh, just straight of the Hulk raging out. And if it wasn't for Doctor Strange actually going into his mind and defeating him, that's where it is. In Strange Tales 123, with the first appearance of Doctor Strange, he actually goes and fights Nightmare. That he's the first villain for Nightmare.
Yeah, the introduction.
Which one is Doctor Strange?
Is
Is he like the really smart?
He's the guy in the movies. He has the house, and then
He's like a
Iron
Sherlock
Man
Holmes
crust.
kind of thing.
Kind of looks like a Sherlock Holmes with the cape and everything.
I know.
Yeah, it's the same guy that plays him. Yeah.
It's the same guy.
yeah.
So he should have been first. Dormammu was a little bit too much. I know what they were doing and going for, and with the line of Phase 4 and 5 coming out, I see the direction.
Okay.
I get it. I get the artistic choices, but
Do you believe that they should have still had the origin story? Like, do you think the movie should have played out exactly the same, but the end villain should have been Nightmare, leading up to?
yes,
Okay.
because there were scenes. If you even look, there are scenes when he's driving his car. He's what is it? He's in that Lamborghini, I think it is.
Yeah,
in the movie.
Aventador.
I think it is.
I think it's the
and
Aventador.
if you look at that, and then certain scenes after while he's crashing, and you literally hold it page to page and page to screen, it is almost identical.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
his origins was amazing. I mean, they hit exactly how I wanted it to do. I saw him literally be rich, lose all his money, lose all his things. The only thing he had was that watch, and then he tried to sell the watch. Like, that was the stuff I was like, yes, yes, yes. You hit all the marks. There were certain things that like people were really upset with. One of them being the ancient one being a woman.
Yes, I mean but she was also, I don't know how I feel about like that actress getting such prolific roles because she was also she was the archangel in Constantine, correct?
Yeah, something. I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Yeah, so neither have I. But I remember she was in it, and I was like, oh. And then when they showed her, I was like, oh, it's the lady from Constantine, but she's bald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand why they did it. It was all China. Because if they actually put a Mongolian-looking dude as the ancient one, like he is depicted in the comics, they'd be like, fuck this, we're not watching this movie. We don't want Mongolians. This is China. And then they did it for literally, that was the director's like, we'll make this choice just to...
Yeah, but why'd you have to go with that depiction? You could have had an old black guy.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't really understand. But the things with Yao, is actually his name, the ancient one. He is actually never.
I guess you do know shit, bro.
Yeah, dude.
This motherfucker.
He is actually
Balls
not.
deep.
He is actually not depicted as an actual person. He's actually more of a closer to a being. So he can actually alter shapes, face, structures, and shit like that. Yeah. So throughout the comic books, and that was kind of their way to be like, oh well, we can. This is a depiction of how he wanted to be portrayed.
Because we're sliding into this fucking PC culture where everything has to be... everything has to be equal.
Yeah, everything's got to be perfect for everyone, and we're all friends. And that's why Marvel wins.
Bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
Marvel wins. Marvel wins in the movies because it's straight. This movie's for a child. Yeah. This movie's for a 20-year-old, and this movie can be for an adult if they want to enjoy it. There's little parts of it, but it's genuinely we're all friends in the end, and we're gonna keep this guys going. while you look at like
that fish is so good.
it's like, then you look at like a Batman movie, and they're like, Batman doesn't kill. Batman doesn't do those things. Batman's a good guy.
I know, but like, Batman's also fucking choking hoes and fucking banging Russian ballet dancers inside of a pool.
I'm like, Batman also is breaking dudes' entire bodies,
dropping them off roofs and
leaving them in comas until they wake up, and then going, "Hey, you gonna give me that information now? Like, what are we doing?"
Yeah, almost like that part in Four Brothers. When they have the guy that looks like the dude from Detroit Pistons and he drops him off the roof. And he's like, is he dead? He's like, nah, he's just real fucked up. Let's go talk to him now.
Yeah, and then I'm like, that's Batman.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that. People think of Batman as the Justice Friends Batman. Yeah. Like, we're doing this, guys, and we're going to be together forever.
Yeah. Like, and and that's exactly how, but I was so glad that they started, like, Batman took off in a dark spin from his first movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because Tim Burton got a hold of that shit. Yeah. So he was actually supposed
to... You should do voiceovers.
That's I want to. I want to.
I always
feel for real. Keep practicing.
That's actually this weekend. If you guys can actually get out
that's
to see it.
That's a fucking show on YouTube.
The guy the guy that I actually fell in love with doing voices. Phil Lamar. He's the voice of Jon Stewart from Justice League.
Yo, those videos go viral. I know, even in Spanish. There's one that imitates like the whole the Simpsons family.
Yeah.
Yo, and that shit has millions of views, yo. Just from that. Yeah. Imagine if you do like all that shit. Like, yo, I'm telling you.
Like, we got plans in the working for that.
So I was ready to say at the end.
I'm glad you do.
We'll cap that up right at the end. But yeah, so that's really where these movies with this Phase 4 is going to be crazy. You have some great movies about to actually drop.
Yeah.
Blade is coming with the dude who played. Yeah, with the guy who played Cottonmouth.
Yo, I want to see that Mortal Kombat fucking movie,
you got a Mortal Kombat movie. They're casting more and more as we speak.
Don't even talk about it because I'll fucking freak out.
And then what else you have? You have Thor just got released with a new trailer today.
Those were the only ones out of the Marvel universe. Like I personally liked. Like, the first one was all right. The second one was kind of, but Ragnarok. I thought Ragnarok was fucking hilarious.
And that was my problem with it. That was like, dude.
I know this is what we argued about one day.
I'm like, I enjoyed the movie, but I'm like, I didn't want a funny Thor. Because the problem was, I'm looking at it like Guardians came out and it was such a hit.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, he's in space. Let's do it in space. And then let's just kind of mimic that Guardians of the Galaxy.
They most definitely
and I was like,
100% had that flaw.
whoa.
Yeah.
You got a whole different movie here. It'd be like if Captain America
Was it the same
coming out.
directors?
No.
No,
Oh,
it was,
that's weird though, because normally, like,
Yeah,
if you get the same feel, it would be from
James
the same
Gunn did
director.
Guardians. He always does the Guardians.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe the editors were the same.
I have no clue who did the Thor movies, at any of them. But yeah, I was like, that was my problem with it. I was like, it was just too funny.
But
it was too. We're chasing that childhood. Like,
Yeah.
let's make these quick little quibbits jokes.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah. My thing is, I never really knew a lot about him, but I get what you're saying because I have always seen him as a serious character.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as not as a humorous. But even in the first one, when he comes down to Earth and he's sitting in the thing with what the fuck is Natalie Portman?
Yeah.
And he's sitting at the coffee shop
And he's like,
"What?"
I like this. Another.
Yeah, and
that,
it's
dude,
fucking- yeah.
that was exactly how like comedy would for me
Yeah.
should have been, because it was like, essentially, you got to really look at this dude. All he is a Viking.
Yeah,
he has that Viking mentality where he doesn't know technology enough,
No.
where everything to him is just magic still. So
Yeah.
I'm like, for him to pick up a coffee and be like, another, and smash it, I was like, that was a perfect joke.
Yeah,
So
it made sense.
yeah.
Especially since he's coming down to Earth for the first time and he doesn't know
Yeah.
the culture, doesn't know the people.
Yes.
Yeah, they made it look like he already knew everything.
Yeah.
We were discussing the way that it kind of ended with Endgame. So, and we were also talking about the possibilities the one day that since that cast has gone and where they're going to lead with the new directions, as far as because Captain America is
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, if you haven't seen the fucking movie, it's on fucking Netflix. Well, Disney
So
Plus.
it shouldn't be on
Everywhere.
Netflix anymore. It's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Get on there.
Yeah, but if not, then you can bootleg it somewhere.
You can buy it.
Yo,
Yeah.
man, don't be telling people to do illegal shit.
I'm not telling anyone to do illegal shit. I'm just saying, if a guy comes up to you in a suspicious coat and he has a copy of Endgame, maybe it's real. You never know. Maybe he just has them on the low.
Movie.
Yeah, yeah. Movie,
That's what they do in
yeah.
the training.
Yeah.
Movie.
And-
$5, $5.
And and remember Luke Cage?
Yeah, dude.
Luke
In that
Cage,
black bag.
Yeah, dude. There's a kid in Luke Cage.
He's literally filming all the fight scenes.
He's filming all the fight scenes, and then he's like,
$5.
and he
And
has,
he's
he has,
hustling 'em.
yeah, and he has them on the corner and up in New York, and he's just selling them up in Harlem. So
I buy it.
I
I
mean,
used to buy that
that's-
shit all the time.
Yeah.
On my way home.
they're not
that shit.
illegal. They're just
Not legal.
They're just
You just take a risk. So
Yeah.
some of them look good, some of them were.
yeah.
Some might be some dude's
30
home
people will
porn
get
video.
up. 30 people will get up to get popcorn and,
and the
shit.
thing is, yeah. But the thing is, they always tell you it's the real thing. This is Blu-ray, and you put it in, and it's not. And you're like, oh, maybe someone sold me something.
Blu-ray, you crazy Blu-rays.
Hey, bro, we're not talking about illegal stuff here. We're just talking about real things. This is what happens. So if you get a guy that sells you something, but it's a movie, then watch it.
Yeah.
But so with Captain America leaving, with Tony Stark leaving,
Wait, well, Captain America as Steve Rogers.
Yeah,
Let's wrap that up. So Captain America, Steve Rogers leaving. You have Tony Stark actually leaving. Has to. That's actually, and then
Black Widow's character's gone.
as a continuation through
yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's really about those. That's it. Everybody else is still continuing because you still have in Phase 4. It's 2022, I think, or 2021. Black Widow movie is going to come out.
Yeah, her
And
shit's dropping.
that's going to be the prequel of her becoming Black Widow and
Into the
how she
Avenger,
became,
yeah.
not even into the Avengers, but how she became Black Widow and
Okay.
became a double agent.
Yeah.
Then you have Ant-Man and
Black
Wasp.
Widow is the one with the red hair, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
Ant-Man and Wasp?
my son calls her
No.
like his grandmother, because he has a character for everybody. I'm Hulk,
Yeah.
shit like that. So his grandmother is black. Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. That's a
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. So she's gone from, like, if we're looking at straight the movie prospers of a collective Avengers movie,
Yeah.
everything is gone because
Yeah.
Tom Holland they haven't finalized a contract to say that Spider-Man is going to be in the actual Marvel universe anymore. He's gonna have one more movie following the universe,
Yes.
but it's gonna be a side story, almost like Far From Home, where it was like Tony Stark's dead, but this isn't an Avengers movie. We're not really talking about that anymore. So you're gonna have one more of that. So he's pretty much out. Guardians they should still be around. You'll have a Captain Marvel still around. If we get an Iron Man, I'm assuming we're gonna get an Iron Heart,
yeah,
which is supposed to be a young black girl, but I'm assuming they're just gonna make it his daughter.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming they're gonna push it further in time and say this is his daughter.
Yeah.
She's trying to live up to his name and stuff like that. So I'm assuming we're gonna get her to do that, and then we'll see what else we have, because with this, when Fox was bought out by Disney, it opened up the realms.
Disney bought everything.
They own the world.
They bought
They're
world.
basically becoming the Amazon of cinematography.
100. They're trying to be the Amazon of everything.
Yeah.
'Cause-
entertainment, not cinematography. Entertainment, because it's music too and everything.
They
Oh, yeah,
own
it's true.
everything. But then,
Entertainment.
so they have all of the capabilities. It's just coming down to contracts.
Yeah,
'Cause-
they're just waiting
'cause-
for people
'cause
to run out.
You and I have fucking had this conversation. The movie that if it ever happened,
Oh.
I would lose it in the movie theater. I would just touch myself
What do you mean touch
rigorously.
yourself? What do you mean touch yourself?
I would masturbate so hard to this so frequently
Nerd.
in this movie, because if they ever did if they ever did a Avengers versus X-Men,
Yes.
it would be my all-time, and I would literally probably die in that theater, because to be able to watch a
You are
Wolverine,
literally balls deep.
dude, you don't even know. Literally,
like-
I am more than balls. I am balls, dick. I'm straight
Yo.
touch 'em taint and over here.
Pushing through a bit.
Yeah, we're just
Pushing
all the
through
way. But yeah, so if they ever did a Marvel movie of X-Men versus
The Avengers.
Avengers, it would probably be the
That-
best thing ever.
That to you would be Endgame.
That to me would be, please don't make anything else.
Just
Yeah,
shut
it would just be shut the fucking shit down. It's over. Don't do anything else. I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
I don't want anything else.
just shut the universe down.
Just shut it down. Call it quits and just take it while you got.
Just wait until I'm like 40.
and then relaunch it.
And then relaunch something
Yeah.
else.
Make it onto the next Ray kind of player that it is.
But how did see, the thing is that, like, you and I had this discussion before, because like my childhood, like I was always into the animated series. I watched the Batman, the Spider-Man, and I watched a little bit of Iron Man. Iron Man was kind of difficult to catch on TV
Yeah.
because I was, young and I didn't fuck a TV guy. I ain't reading that shit. So you just catch it when it's on.
Yeah.
But Batman I knew religiously. Like,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
my shit. And so because I crossed over to that, but I did not actually collect issues of anything. And I always had, like, believe me, I had a legit probably decade span of all the X-Men that got released.
Yeah.
Of action figures.
The toys. Yeah.
Yeah, of all the action figures. I was super deep in all the fucking Batmans. I had every variation of it and all his villains. And that was my shit. But as far as like paperback collections and like stuff, you still have stuff that from your childhood that's almost on card still. Like, you have shit from like at least 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That is still, you still have.
Yeah. So for me,
Like, how did you realize,
All right.
like, this shit is going to be valuable? Or
No, I think
take
he
it out?
loves it so much he wants to keep it. He's a
Tim-
holder. He's
Yeah.
he's fucking-
I'm a hoarder.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
hoarder for sure. But for me, like, all right, so my first comic book, I guess you can call it, I ever bought for myself was like, dude, it was like middle school, intermediate school,
Yeah.
Scholastic Book Fair.
This is
And yeah, dude, it was the Scholastic Book Fair, and there was
Where they fucking set up that table in the
yeah,
gym.
and it was not dude, it wasn't even. It was a room like this with
Yeah.
like one table and like a couple books, and they had a
And they put up that fake cardboard bookshelf.
Yeah, they
and
had-
that shit's all leaning to the side.
They had it was a graphic novel of What If Spider-Man Joined the Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
Which was the first comic book I can say that I was like, I read this religiously.
Yeah.
I mean, day in, day out.
Where you seen the pencil.
I was like,
tips in it.
I knew everything I knew. I was like, I would open it up and be like, all right, there's 7 pages this way, 12 this way. All right, I know what this page is going to be because I've read it so many. And it was just something that it was like, it clicked where I was like, I love the movies. I love the cartoons more than anything.
Yeah.
We always talk about. So it was like, let me see what other world there are, because I remember all the episodes and I'm like, I don't remember this episode of Spider-Man. He never joined this. Yeah. So I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, maybe there's more stories. And then I started looking into it, and it was really hard because I grew up in the middle of the woods. So to find comic books, it was like literally impossible. So for a while, I didn't get collecting until I was older because the accessibility of them was really hard to come across. But as a kid, I was looking them up online. I would literally go and be like, comic books online, and then anything that I could read with those characters that were like free at the time, I was reading them. And it was scarce. It was a lot of key issues for Spider-Man. So like I know a lot of my key issues, and then as I got older, and then accessibility, and I had a couple of comic shops open around my area in the Poconos. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna read this." And then as more and more movies were starting to come out, you started seeing it more, and then you start going to FYE, you see them.
Yeah, the popularity. Yeah,
I'm like, you can go like for a while. I used to get comic books at Hot Topic because they were the only place I can actually find them, or Barnes and Noble. Yeah, you can buy a couple. They had a couple of paperbacks, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy these graphic novels and stuff like that, and you just rip through them.
I think that's why I never got into that shit, because I couldn't afford it anyway. Yeah, I'm like, why even bother?
To me, also, it was one of those things that, like, if I read it, I would read it and be like, okay, and then it would get thrown.
I would get magazines in the mail and shit.
Yeah,
shit like that. But
I would never.
That's because my mom had a subscription, whatever. But we never paid it.
Oh yeah, that what was that? That Maxwell House?
Yeah, you would always go to the store and be like,
three CDs for 99 cents.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything, even the ones that was like the stuff that they sell on TV and all
that
shit.
Yeah,
everything. Bro.
Yeah.
Never paid.
Oh, of course, because your name is John Douglas.
And we just kept getting the fucking bills and bills. But
John Douglas, and you live at 213 Norman Street.
And the motherfuckers made it look like a check.
Damn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So for me, that's how I got into it. And then once I got older, I was like, fuck, I have monies. I have monies. I have monies. I have a car. Let me go fucking just go balls deep. And then that's when I just straight was like, all right, fuck it. If we're gonna do this, I'm tired of dipping my toe, and I dove fucking deep. And now I'm like 10,000 issues or shit. You know my collection.
Now I went to the store with my son, and I saw those the pop. What is it called?
The pop toys.
Yeah,
the pop toys.
Yeah, the pop.
I went like this. I saw it and I thought about you.
Yeah,
dude. Your face was right there.
The fucked up part is like, I'm not bad with my Funkos. Like, I have a shit ton, but me and him have a friend, Chris.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to my boy Chris. If you got him, Funko Pop Master on Instagram. He has like 5,000.
And the cool shit about Chris is I don't mean to speak on
his behalf,
but the cool thing about Chris is Chris will buy multiple pops
of
the same thing, and he'll sand them down.
Oh
and
then
he'll actually he'll like get some type of clay and then remodel them and repaint them, so it looks like an artist rendition.
Superhero, whatever it is.
An artist rendition of what, and then he posts them online, and then people like I seen some of his photography with these pops, and you're like, Jesus Christ, dude, because it looks like it was actually printed by the company. But no, he fucking sands everything, molds it perfect, and then repaints it. And dude, it looks like you're like sitting there like, this dude got fucking skill.
Yeah, because it's the same. All of them pretty much the same head and same body. The only thing that changes, some of them have like a hat or shit like that, right? Or the hair.
Or one's a bobblehead and one's stiff. You know?
So and he's ridiculous when it comes to like his repaints. Some of them, I'm like, dude, just fucking mail it to the company, because the company needs to make this one instead of what they did.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the way you did it was way better than the way they did it.
And I went to a couple cons with him, and then like I immediately clicked with Chris because he's a cool ass dude.
You just need the connection. Somebody that works at that company, just one person, one.
Just one.
That's
just
what you need.
one intern that opens up an email.
If it's the way you say, like, that's what you need, one, because they'll see the talent and they'll see he can probably create some new shit.
And that's why I tell him all the time. I'm like, dude, please just open up a stand at a convention. Go to a convention, open up a fucking stand, sell your customs, and sell anything
If
extras
he makes,
you don't want.
if he makes a good portfolio, how do you call it?
Portfolio.
Yeah. He can actually go to them and show them what he can do, and they can actually take him as an artist and do the same ones, right?
Yeah.
But by him.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can do Chris's line.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
so
I
that
mean-
would be like a different kind. Like somebody can have two Batmans, but one of them was made by him.
By Chris-
It might
Chris's
be
line,
more,
yeah.
more expensive or whatever.
And
but yeah.
I fucking that's
be cool.
a really good idea. And Chris, if you listen to this, bro, please do that.
Yes, please, Chris, please.
just
Well-
build that portfolio, because when they see you that you're working hard or whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
it's just like everything, music,
Yeah.
movies, everything. If they see an actor that's actually fucking working,
Yeah. 100%.
they
Dude.
see you. Yeah, we can get something out of him. That's the way they look at you. It's sad, but that's your way in. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
And when you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
Because I look at like this guy's doing amazing work, and we want to get him. We want to steal him before he branches off to
Exactly.
someone else.
Yeah.
Before he goes to what's the other one? Drobs.
Dorbs.
Dorbs.
Well,
that's
Dorbs is the same company.
Yeah, yeah.
Funko.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. They
Funko
fucking
makes
own it.
Dorbs. They make Littles. They make Funko Pop vinyls.
I
everything.
thought, I thought that was a different company.
Yeah, no, but
But getting into that because these motherfuckers, because I go to comic book conventions with these guys, and when I first met Chris, we instantly hit it off. We're talking shit like that, and he's like, "Yo, you should get this pop," and I'm like, "I'm not fucking buying these stupid things." And he's like, "Yo, this is what happens. You buy one, right? It's collectible, right? Then you buy two." And he's like, then you end up like me. You have 5,000 of them.
Yeah.
Where? And he's like, in my house. It's like, how do you sleep? Do you sleep on the fucking things? He's like,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Basically.
he has storage upon storage.
His curtains are made out of that
Oh
shit.
my God, dude, yeah. It's just a wall.
I'll shoot him a text and I'll be like, "Yo, Chris, did you see this?" He was like, "Yeah, I already got 5 of them pre-ordered on the way." I'm like, "Dude, it just released it. It's coming out."
Yeah.
Yo.
It's fucking insane. And then the whole entire time, like I don't like them because I don't think the artwork is cool on them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're all, to me, it's just like they don't.
It's
have,
cartoonish.
Yeah, they don't have.
It's too overblown.
Yeah, they don't have any structure to them. There's no facial feature,
it's
like
just
nothing.
super simple,
I'd
yeah.
rather get the actual action figure.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? To me, that's fucking
with
cool.
all the edges
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, where they have ruffles in the pants. No, it's a motherfucker like this. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here! I don't want that shit. But I appreciate what it is. Like I understand the culture of it. You know
And
what
now
I'm
you
saying?
have 2.
And fucking Emilio bought me too. I don't even.
Yeah, but it's,
My mom got me a
it's
couple
substantial.
because she always goes to like movies premieres,
Yeah.
and she always gets stuff, and she got me like 4 of them. And my son, the first thing he did, he saw the head and he pulled it. And the spring was like this.
Of course.
Dude, that's how I was with Slinkies.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, stretch it out, and then you just no,
No, you
no.
can't. Yeah, try. I'm like,
Yeah, you try to push it back.
I try to take the spring
Yeah.
out, put it back.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I can't.
No, once it's fucked, it's
I will
fucked.
have to like heat it up super hot and then bring
Yeah,
it back.
Remold
but it's
it.
still will never
It's
come
still
out.
never go back.
No,
It was
it's
just stiff.
It's just it's slinky with a stiff middle, yo. It
And
just
with the head
doesn't
like
work.
this
Yep,
the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Does not work, man.
Yo, changing the subject. Do you see the new preview for Sonic?
Yes, the
Yeah.
remake.
remake? Yeah.
$5 million it took them to do
For the trailer.
to
change-
redo
Yeah.
Sonic's
Oh,
appearance
yeah, whole
because the movie is the same. All
Yeah.
they did was
Yeah.
they literally had to go through and re CGI all of Sonic.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
that's crazy to do all that again.
$5 million is what
Yeah,
it took them.
all over again.
The thing is, like, I had no problem with the original one, and then my friend was like,
He just looked too man. And
yeah,
shit,
he looked too much humanoid. Like he
Yeah.
had long legs and shit like that. But to me, the only problem I have with the trailer so far, obviously the movie hasn't been released. I didn't see it, but I think that they should have had humans in the Sonic world instead of Sonic in a human world. You know what I'm saying? I just believe that it should have been like in the thing because you would have seen the fire level. You would have seen throughout the games. You could have
Yeah.
made the like.
Well,
where
they
you-
could make a number 2 that
Yeah.
when he goes back, because this one apparently he comes from his world and then
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think it should have been the opposite.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But that's okay if they're planning to do a one that he goes
Yeah,
back
yeah.
with somebody from here.
Yeah, but the thing is that like that's the whole thing because after Ready Player One
Yeah.
changed my whole perspective on
And then
the
when
way
they go
Video
back,
game
they
movies
get to see Knuckles and
And
Tails
Tails
and all this
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
your buddy Tails. Your buddy Tails. Yeah, because I got the Sonic theme song, not the theme song, but Dr. Robotnik's fucking bad guy music as my ringtone. That's
That's what that is. I was like, dude, he was going off and I was like, I know that shit.
Yo, I'll fucking wreck someone to that song. So, that will come out. That will be my fight music. Yeah, exactly. I'll fucking start jumping on people's heads but anyway, and then I'll jump on the little canister and let the bunnies out.
Yeah.
Bunnies and the peeps, yo. Yeah, right at the end. I don't understand why he does that. Why is Dr. Robotnik capturing fucking poor little bunnies and putting them in a canister?
I mean, he is evil, so.
But the thing is, it's a stupid, because all you do is got to jump on the top. Like, he didn't even have to jump on the top. You got to walk over.
I should do my mustache like him, right?
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can get the blowout real quick. Like, just
you might look like him more if you put some red glasses.
You got the belly.
And shit.
I do got the belly. If
Yeah,
I just put on a red shirt but I got big ass legs and he's built like
fucking lollipop.
I was gonna say someone's name, but I'm not gonna do it.
Shit.
We'll discuss it afterwards. But that was the only problem that I immediately thought like they should have went into the universe first and then maybe the second one they should have came back.
But I think it's okay. It looks
good.
It's
funny and
interesting.
shit. Yo, my son already loves.
Good.
They do it on purpose, but that part where he goes like.
Yeah.
My son already loves that shit because they gave a lot on that fucking preview.
Yeah, they did. But
so I hope the movie is okay because when they do that, sometimes you show the best part on the fucking
exactly.
movie.
You're like, all right, cool, saw the movie.
But still, I'm still gonna watch it because I
like
still
that
play Sonic.
Paul Mark movie. What was it?
Paul Blart.
Yeah,
Mall Cop?
Mall Cop.
The peanut butter
the
jelly time?
best parts were on the fucking preview when he jumps and he goes.
And ask Emilio. That's the reason I don't watch game trailers. That's the reason I don't watch movie trailers.
And that's the reason why when I go to the movies, if it's at 7:30, I go at 7:45 or 7:50. Yeah, for real. At the end of the fucking previews. Nah, I don't.
Like it's cool. Like I enjoy previews, but like the ones that are extended, like the ones that are like 4 minutes long, like I don't fuck with those. You give me a trailer that's 45 seconds, bang.
Yeah. That's
I like the Joker. The Joker. The first trailer was literally just him walking.
Never watched it.
Yeah, either way, but it was literally just him walking.
I think it was like 2 scenes.
It was literally him walking through the hospital whistling, and that was it. And then I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm on board. I'm with it."
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I was like, I literally was like, I'm on board. I don't need to see anything. I'm here. I want it.
And I actually,
and then look how good that movie was.
The only thing I've ever seen of the Joker, because I seen actually a deleted scene when he was talking to someone, and I was like, okay. I was like, it feels like it's in the late 1970s, and I was like, I wonder. And then I seen Joaquin Phoenix's face, and I was like, he looks really, really skinny. And I was like, he lost a lot of weight. And there was another guy at work that we were talking about it, Gareth. I'm not sure if you remember him.
Yeah.
G Money.
Yeah, G Money. Shout out to G Money, motherfucker. I was talking to Gareth about it, and he was like, "You think so?" I was like, "Yo, whatever." I was like, "When you go on break, just look at Joaquin Phoenix, and then look at him now." And then I sent him the clip, and he was like, "Yeah." So I could already tell that he was getting into this role, but I only seen the deleted scene, and I was like, "That's all I need to see. I just need to see what time era it's in and what the location is." To me, it looked like the late 70s, early 80s New York. And I was like, okay, that's what they're rolling with. That's the only thing I want to see. I just want to see, I could have seen a picture of it and it could have been perfectly fine. And I was like, I wonder where they're going to take this. And then as him and I went to go see it, I understood exactly what they were doing. But the thing that I was it could have been rebranded as Clown Man and it could have been the same exact movie. Like it was so far from the DC universe that I forgot that I was actually watching the Joker.
DC movie.
I forgot until they made certain references about Gotham City.
The Waynes.
And then I was like, oh shit, this is part of the DC universe. Totally forgot about it. But if they could have called it Clown Man, and I would have been like, all right, this is a movie about this dude doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You think they made that movie thinking of? Because I don't think so. You think they made it thinking about like what people wanted?
No.
Because that's when I call it art. To me, art is that when you make something that you just with passion and feeling.
Yes.
When you make something like, let's say, like Thor, that you think that somebody wants to see that, it has no feel to it. You know what I mean?
And that I listened
and
to
it's just fun to watch it, but it's not something that is gonna connect that you can actually watch it today and then in a month and then in another month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. so you can rewatch it. That movie,
or like 10 years from now, you can watch it and still look
and still say that's a good movie.
or remind you of this era or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Look at Scarface. Scarface is timeless because it was a movie created just to be a movie. And Anthony Mackie, who plays Falcon, actually has a interview at a convention, and he was like, movies suck these days. He was like, look at them. He's like, they're in theaters for a week, 2 weeks, and then no one gives a fuck about them anymore. He's like, you might buy it, you might just illegally download it. He's like, but whatever you do, you're not gonna fucking care. He's
everybody's like afraid of doing the thing that everybody wants to catch the wave.
It's always a continuation. So he's like, look at movies back then. He was like, they were put
one-offs.
They were one-off movies, maybe a second spin-off, but even then, that movie was a completely different movie. It wasn't a continuation. It wasn't, we're doing this because they're doing that. It was literally, we're making a mob movie because we want to make a fucking mob movie. And I was like, that's what's up. And DC for me for this movie was like, we want to make a movie that doesn't represent DC Comics.
Yeah, and that's
how I felt with watching this movie. Where they were like, we want to make a comic book movie with a character that people might know. They know the name, they don't know the story. We have the freedom to do whatever the fuck we want to do. Let's just do it. And that's why I think why it comes down to that. It could have been called anything, fucking Clown Man or whatever, and it literally would have been a standalone good movie.
Yes,
and that's why you didn't need Thor. You didn't need Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, anybody else in that,
or even other villains in the movie.
Yeah, anybody else except for him, and just called it what it is.
Exactly.
And that's why I think, I think that was more of an artistic kind of fucking movie, and that's
why
you
can feel it. I feel it. Like even if I haven't watched that movie, I haven't watched the Joker yet, but you can still feel it. You can still feel like even by the reaction of everybody. That how much was it? Like $1 billion in the fucking week.
Yeah, they did.
Like that?
They did.
The first week, right?
1.55 billion.
Billions, right?
Something like that. The first week.
Yeah,
it's
crazy. Right now, I believe it holds the highest. DC and Warner Brothers movie record right now. Like it's creeping up on the top 5 of of movies of all time.
Yeah,
it's creeping up on there.
Which one was the most? Titanic.
Avatar.
Avatar.
You're right.
Which is Disney.
Yo, I saw that
number
in the movies
2.
In PR.
Number 2.
Crazy.
Endgame. Disney. Number 3. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Disney. I'm like, literally, they own the top of the movies.
Yeah, and I watched what the director was talking about in the movie, and he said that he usually with comic book movies and stuff like that, they usually tell the actors to go out and read as much as possible. And he told because Joaquin Phoenix actually follows comic books. He was like, I actually like that shit. And he was like, the director told me not to read anything because he didn't want his performance changed. He wanted him to read the script, and that's all he wanted. Yeah. He wanted him to do his own his own interpretation. And he said, the script was written as far away as possible as from any other origin story. He wanted to try to make it as original and unique, but still have the quote unquote Joker attachment story, to it. So that to me, it was like I super appreciated it, but it just caught me off guard because, like I said, I didn't watch any of the trailers, and I was in my mind I was expecting a lot more as far as
action and different things.
No, not even action, just as far as the universe. Like I thought they were going to expand
references.
It. But me and him were talking about it in the car, and I was like, "Yo, like it was a fucking phenomenal movie." It just fucked me up because I was waiting for certain things to happen, and they didn't. But now that the movie was over, and I was like, "That's the end of it." I was like, yo, that was a good fucking movie. Like, all in all, that was a good fucking movie. And I can tell why the way it was written for today's society. It kind of makes a lot of sense.
I noticed that too.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Most movies are doing that. Yeah. Even Frozen 2.
Yeah, they're all
supposedly she's a lesbian now or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, the first one.
Oh, no, Chino. Not
that
a lesbian.
That shit pissed me off. When they try to push it on kids, that shit pissed me off though. Yeah. Like, don't do that.
Oh yeah, I understand that, but I was just, it's one of those things that like you're in today's society, you're just like, what?
Yeah, no, I got it, but it's just that when I thought about it, no, like
it's not a big fucking surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, I get what we're doing.
Like, I don't even want. Just because of that, I don't want my kids watching it. Just because them trying to fucking push that shit on purpose.
Push their agenda. Push the PR agenda on kids. Yeah. Like, I agree with that.
So I'm not like I'm not telling my kids, oh, Frozen 2 is coming. No, my son is excited about the Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yes, everyone to each his own. Everyone's everyone's gonna find themselves and do what they want to do.
yeah, of course.
But as far as
at the same time, I just don't. I don't know. I gotta be careful what I.
Yeah, I don't feel
show
like
my
society
kids.
should force anyone to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Except be nice. That's what I. That's
Like,
the
what
only thing
happened?
I
What
should.
happened to
Stop
all,
being a dick and just.
to
Don't
all
be a
the
dick,
regular
just be
fucking
nice.
kids movie? Like just being normal. Like what the fuck? I don't know. Whatever. So
Yeah.
now I guess characters have fucking
It's
feelings
just
like that.
yeah, but it's just crazy
Not
how
feelings,
much
but like
characters will impact the kid's life because no bullshit. Batman impacted my life.
I
when
mean,
I met
he does.
When I met
Music
fucking
does,
when
movies do.
Yeah, when I met fucking Kevin Conroy,
You will.
because I got to fucking I asked Emilio.
Do you cry?
I was about to, because you don't understand. That man's voice was the voice of
Do
my
you get
childhood.
nervous as fuck?
That's what we told him.
No.
I was like, dude, because we met him together. It was him, the guy who plays the Riddler is Donald Clover,
He has
something like that.
Yeah, I think so. He has a
and-
shitload of pictures with
Yeah,
Papo.
I have a shitload.
Oh, you told me that he
I-
asked him, right?
Dude, he got a picture with the whole entire cast. 'Cause
I have a picture of literally the cast taking pictures with Papo.
Yeah.
Like literally, it was crazy.
they were taking pictures with Papo for themselves.
for themselves
You're
because they were like,
"Can I take a picture of your baby and like I can keep it?" And I was like, "You want me to charge you? I'm charging $40 and you're giving me all these pictures for free."
Yo,
Like-
give me 20, bitch.
Yeah. So it was Poison Ivy, Riddler, Nightwing,
Yes.
and Kevin Conroy
And
for
Kevin
Batman. And I literally I walked up to all of them and I was like, "Do you realize that I'm a comic book nerd? I have a shit ton of comic books, and I can't read a comic book without hearing your voice."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You legitimately changed the way I read. That's how big of an influence you have on my life. I can't read without hearing how your voice sounds
In that
character.
character.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm actually this weekend going to tell Phil Lamar the same thing. I'm like, dude, I read Jon Stewart and I hear you.
Wait, where is this at?
Merchant Square this weekend.
Oh
Great
shit!
Allentown
Yeah,
Comic Con.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I work
Saturday?
actually. I work Saturday, so
Friday.
No, I work Saturday and Sunday. I work this weekend, so
Motherfucker, give me a day.
I'm going before, so I'm gonna wake up early.
Saturday?
And then, yeah, Saturday.
All right.
Yeah, so
Word.
But
Down.
yeah, it's $12 too to get in. But Phil Lamar's going, and I'm literally
He's like,
Jake the Snake might be there.
I'll arm wrestle.
Come on, you come
Put
on.
it in, bro. He's like, get out, fuck out of here. And he's going to remember you because he told my son, he was like, make sure you take care of that boy. He looks good. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
but
So
he's a cool ass dude.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, these people, just their voices of them coming into a script and going, I'm gonna be this person for a day. Mark Hamill to me, as much as I love Star Wars, I mean I love that show, that movie to death. To me, Mark Hamill's Joker first.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I found out that Mark Hamill did it, and I was like, Luke Skywalker? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's not
I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Fuck
and then,
outta here.
And then if you look up his actual like film and voice like IMDb page,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. And he's just got such range. And to me, it's just so funny because it's like, I love Luke Skywalker. I see him and I see Luke Skywalker, but I hear him and I hear the Joker every single time.
Oh, of course.
Like
100%.
even after I found it out, I'll watch Star Wars and be like, I can still hear the Joker in there. Yeah, so it's like it's kind of funny, but yeah, these people, just their voice went and rechanged the way our lives became. And I mean, look at because of the Batman animated series, the X-Men, Spider-Man, Silver Surfer, even Iron Man, all of them. I'm sitting here 28 years old collecting comic books that are worth hundreds of dollars and literally still reading every day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I'm trying to build now my life
crazy.
off of it because I was obsessed with the show. I was obsessed with the games that came with it and all of it.
And I kind of feel bad because I'm starting to press this shit on my kid. Because, like, we'll be at the store, and I'll be like, look at this Batman. He's like, yeah, look at that Batman. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck Batman is. And I'm like, this is good, this guy. I'm going to put this in the cart, and you're going to have a Batman toy. Well, welcome to Batman, motherfucker. And he's like, it has buttons, and it makes noises. All right.
My way is like, I don't even have anything from when I was a kid like that. Nothing. Just because I feel like I have to be different every like decade, I guess, or something like that. Like I'm a different person, kind of thing.
Yeah, but
like the only thing that I have is my memories.
You don't have like a rock.
Nothing.
Like a coconut.
Nothing.
That you brought from home.
Nothing.
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 There's nothing that you like still have like in your mind
Nada.
that you like look at it and you're like, that's cool. I want that. Like to me, it's Batman and Ninja Turtles. Like my son has Ninja Turtles and he has Batman. His whole entire room is Batman shit.
The only way I get excited is my son gets excited and I'll tell him that I had it when I was a kid. But that's it. I don't get it.
See, that's why if I ever have a
Lost
kid,
your soul.
if I ever,
You gotta go find it.
Maybe.
I'm gonna about to fucking put you in an isolation tank and push you out in the woods. You need to.
Nah, for real, I don't know. I like new shit. I don't know.
See, to me, it's the opposite.
I just live day by day. Like I don't really think about none of that. I cannot think about or feel like, you know how you pretty much when you read it, you still feel like a kid.
Oh, dude,
That's what I mean. I can't do that. I gotta feel like I'm my age.
Nah, see,
no,
me,
I don't feel like that because, like I said, when I do music and stuff, I don't feel like that at all. And I'm not writing for older people. I'm writing for younger people. You know what I mean? For what happens in their life, whatever. And what they can find with. But I just can't. I don't know. That's not. I never was that person.
No, man.
Yeah,
Even when I make a song,
yeah,
later or tomorrow, I don't like it no more.
I know, but I noticed that you're just a person that evolves with each day.
Yeah.
And I understand that you don't carry you don't
and
carry.
that's okay with you.
You're the type of person that doesn't. Yesterday's done.
Trust me, my bank account wishes it was like you because if my fucking bank account was like you, I would be fucking swimming in money. Because I go to Target and I'm like, all right, I need this. And while I'm in this area, let me go look at these Pop Toys. Let me see if they got anything new. Shit, they have 17 new ones. Well, if I don't buy them now, they're gonna be gone next time.
See, I'm not that impulsive. Like I do impulsive shit all the time. And he's seen me like I would be like there's shit that I have right now. I'm like, why the fuck did I buy this? But there's also shit that I can sit there and be like, I bought this for this reason. In my mind, is justified because I didn't have it as a kid. And I'm a fucking adult now. I can buy whatever the fuck I want. I pay my taxes. My child is safe. I live in a house. Dude, I can buy whatever the fuck I want.
The only thing that I'm guilty of, like when I go food shopping and shit, I don't do numbers or nothing. I like it. I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to try it. I'm gonna grab it.
I swear to God.
Plan. And then later when I pay 300, oh shit.
Yeah,
every single time I go to Giant, I walk through the birthday cake section and I look at it and I'm like, man, I can buy this shit right now because I'm 28 years old. I don't need nobody to tell me I can't have this birthday cake tonight.
And plus, exactly.
And I'm like, dude, every single time I'm like, man, I might buy this whole cake.
You know how many times I got home and had ice cream in my freezer and I'm like, ice cream for dinner, and it's just me by myself. Like,
100%, dude.
I'll just be sitting there. And sometimes I'll just be coming downstairs and be in my boxers, be eating ice cream. Like, who the fuck is gonna say something to me? Go ahead, say something. It's just me by myself.
Oh no, I do that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, I go to Wawa and buy 2 fucking milkshakes and have them both for myself.
But there is a couple times, there is a couple purchases that I did make that in my mind, I'm like, I'm setting my child up for something.
100%. I mean, dude,
there's a couple things that I have that
he has a couple things that I want, and he scored bigger than I could.
Kinda jealous.
And
Is that what you just got certified that you told me?
Well, those two definitely.
Oh yeah, I'll show you those.
Those two definitely, but he actually just picked up not just, but he picked up the entire run of the Death in the Batman series.
Oh yeah,
which
I got
is
that.
Probably one of my favorite.
I got that super cheap, and those shits are in mint fucking condition. I want to get those CGC'd. And CGC, I told you it's a I'll show you
comic rating.
Yeah. So what they do is they fucking meticulously go through every page, and then if you even like how the book is perfectly square. If the
watermarks, corners, all that shit.
If like you know how like they sit on the rack and they get the little chips on the side. If that's a deduction.
What if it's like flips?
Deduction.
If it is not just straight from the press, deduction.
So that's why none of them make it to 10. Always 9,
I have a
8.
10.
Actually, there's more 10s than 9s.
Yeah, I can see
that.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, because there's people that work at the factories that get them pressed and they just put them to the side and this is what I'm gonna buy. So they just take them and then send them out. So, but a 9 and then there's shit back in the day that is a newsstand.
But is it more for a 9? Because you know how a dollar that was printed out wrong is worth like a dollar, literally a $1 that was printed wrong by
misprints.
the real misprints are, it might be worth $100, $200, $300, $400.
Yeah.
But there's another thing called a news variant where actually
newsstands versus regular
direct edition. A direct edition is where it has a barcode to get sent to your house. A newsstand is where it has nothing on it, and that was the one that physically went to a New York newsstand or a newsstand, and it sat on a shelf. And if you get those graded highly, those are worth a lot more than the ones that are direct editions, because the direct editions are the ones that got sent in the bubble mailers, got sent to your house.
And the reason, one of the reasons is for newsstands. Most places, when they couldn't sell it, they would rip the corners off.
They would rip the price tag off.
They can send it back to the back to Marvel or DC, and then they would refund them their money.
Oh,
and then for like they would. Basically,
I was gonna ask you that is there one like that, like the money that got printed, one that got done like that, like wrong on purpose, like even printed wrong, one letter wrong or something like that? Is there any of them that are worth a lot of money just because of that?
Yeah, there's a comic book called
I'm trying to say, right?
There's a comic book called The Max, right? And there was this the Max issue that came out. They're usually gray, and the Max is purple and yellow, and it says The Max in purple. I actually have the whole series, actually 1 through 10. And then there's one that came out in blue and one came out in red.
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
By misprint.
Yeah.
The one that is in red, I believe, is worth $30,000, and the one that is in blue is worth, I think, $25,000. But the regular printed one is worth like fucking $35. Yeah, it's like $35 if you get a brand new.
Yeah, see,
but
shit like
the
that.
misprint, because they only made like 3 or 4 of them.
It's crazy. Just by fucking color.
Just by color.
Because of color
I kind of understand
it.
I kind of understand that more because the
rareness of it, because because red and blue make purple.
Yeah.
So it was just the one color didn't get laid on that issue. So they could have had purple, one red. Purple, one blue. You know what I'm saying? Where the color just did it
for
ran
some
out.
reason, it skipped or whatever, and then it got made and released.
Yeah, that I understand if you call like that, because that's cool.
Yeah.
To me, yeah.
But the thing is that a 20-book
I don't know why, but
a 20-year-old comic book is worth nothing. That's basically they're worth like $5 more than what the actual.
There's so many.
Yeah, what the actual price is. But once you start getting into the golden age and silver age and key issues, where a comic book, I have a comic book from 1959.
What about something written by like Stanley or something like that? That's just worth a lot, right?
No, so
no, like his first shit.
Original artwork.
Original artwork.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Original artwork. Yeah, that shit's millions of dollars.
For real?
Yeah, it can be depending on it, because
now that he's dead,
you're talking. You're talking. It's like you're taking a piece of paper that this dude basically just scribbled. You see all of his scribbled notes, his marks. We went to that Marvel exhibit down in Philly, and I mean, dude, I was literally freaking out because there were some of these artists that I literally idolize as human beings, and I looked at it and I'm like, this is his eraser mark. This is where he made a mistake. This is where he wrote his notes on how he pictured it in his head. How
he pictured it colored, because you would see the original cell and it would be, let's say it would be like his favorite, Doctor Strange. It would be a Doctor Strange cover, and then you would see like a little pencil mark that would be like fill in yellow here, a little bit of blue here.
Yeah, and like literally it was crazy to see that, because say it was Doctor Strange, I'm like, dude, I've read every Doctor Strange ever written. Ever. And then I'm now looking at the guy who drew and wrote this together, working together to be like, this is how I want this colorway, this is how I want this is how I'm picturing it.
Yeah, they go deep.
So so for me, one of the coolest things I've ever read about Doctor Strange is some of the original writers, when they lived in New York City.
Yeah.
During the 70s, if you read Doctor Strange, it's super, super psychedelic, colorful, and shit like that. And the reason for it is they used to drop acid and then just walk around New York City and then just see a bunch of funny shit and then write it. Dude,
you better see a bunch of
They would see a whole bunch of fucked up shit and then write it down. And then literally when they would sober up, they would be like, what the fuck did we read?
Yeah.
And then write it down and then be like, that's our next issue.
And if you actually see,
I love that era, bro.
Yeah, if you see the actual first rendition of Dormammu, it looks like a dude in a ski mask with flames around him.
It's originally supposed to be a flaming ski mask look. Yeah. And then as it got crazier and older, it literally became more of a skull. And that's what it is now. It's a skull that's on fire, but
Almost like a Ghost Rider.
Yeah, almost like a Ghost Rider with actual armor. But
you think the people that work at NASA take psychedelics?
Of course.
No, 100%.
Because every picture that we see is CGI. Like it's not. There's no camera that takes a picture like that. They're all like black and white and have a lot of dots and shit. And you know what I mean?
Well, they can't. Well, like the ones of the universe. What it is?
Like, it doesn't look like.
No. What it is what they do is they'll have they can't do all the colors in that spectrum. So what it is it's a like a photograph, but it's this color receptor. So when it sends out the waves, it bounces back, and then the computer depicts what colors it should be. And then
exactly,
it's
not exactly what it is, but it does it by even like gases and shit.
Yeah.
So this gas is this one, so it's supposed to be kind of this color. So
we're gonna
that.
color code it this way.
Exactly, but it's not like they're watching the galaxy like.
No, not
in
really.
HD.
But
you know what I mean?
But the Earth is a little bit different because
4K.
you can't really take it that big of a picture. So when they do the satellite scans, it just rotates and this is scanning the
that's
Earth,
different.
And then it's a composite.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like
the
looking
ones,
out there.
When they're like, oh, Deep Space Nine,
when they're
5,000.
showing all the fucking planets and shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's essentially what it is. It's just radar penetrating, and then it.
But I'm just saying, do they take psychedelics to make it look like that? Because some of them look. I used to have a lot of backgrounds of the galaxy. Pictures from NASA and shit, just because I love that shit.
I would not doubt it, my friend. I'm surprised.
Did you see the last album of Chris Brown, Indigo, I think it was called? And everything's like a galaxy, but his own rendition of it, and like he draws cartoons and shit too.
I know he does a lot of animation and shit like that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And it was cool. Yeah, I like that shit like that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Pull up some of his shit.
Yeah, hold on.
And that's for me. That's the other thing too. Is like not only did I love my comic books and American artwork and stuff like that, I was deep into anime growing up as a kid too.
See, that's where you and I are vastly different because you always try to get me into anime, and I can't fuck with the animation. It's just because I'm to me like maybe it's just nostalgia or something like that, but it's just certain things that like certain styles that I always like. Like Will and I were talking on the first podcast that we like older cars. Like I just 100%. Love the beauty of and like you can put a brand new sports car. Oh, that's fucking dope. Oh, it looks like an Alice in Wonderland.
He drew himself, though.
Did he really?
He draws all of this himself.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. It reminds you of like Alice in Wonderland and like
time.
fucking Mars Attacks. And, dude, that's shout out to Chris Brown, dude. That's dude. That's beautiful artwork.
Yeah, and the back of it was cool too, but I gotta look.
I mean, I don't really want to see a picture of him.
No, I didn't want to see that.
I told him something. Yeah, like I told him something wrong.
Yeah,
let's talk about this. I don't know. But so for me, anime I always was really big with.
Cool.
Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, I remember as a kid, because it was hard to get across anime during day. It was only on night. Usually I was asleep. So Toonami would come onto it. So, and for me, I was like, for a while, I watched a couple episodes of Dragon Ball Z in English, and I was like, man, I don't really want to see this episode because it was usually fillers. So then I started looking up online, and then I would find them in Japanese. And at first, I was like, man, I don't want to watch it in Japanese. And then I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch it and read these subtitles. And it's actually one of the ways that I learned to read better was being able to read subtitles.
Okay.
And so for now, I'm like, I've seen maybe like 7 episodes of Dragon Ball Z in English. Everything else since and that show came out in the 70s.
I watched that shit in Spanish.
I was like, and now I live.
Oh my god, it sounds so. Yo, can you please do that voice all the time? No. Yeah, son. Like when you read something, please just read it in that voice because it's like Spanish but a Japanese accent. That is fucking perfect. That's the greatest. Go ahead, keep going. Hold on, just keep going. No, keep going. Just say some shit.
Oh, what was the name of the purple guy? Hold on.
The purple guy?
Yeah.
Piccolo or
no,
Piccolo? Oh,
no,
yeah.
Piccolo's green. You got
green. Yeah. Piccolo.
Ginyu. You have Frieza. It was white and purple.
Yeah.
I was like,
we all know. All right, so Piccolo was black. We all understand that.
He was a black guy who was painted green. Yes.
I'm just because there's certain characters that you can tell what race they are. Like
Dude.
Skeeter was black. Skeeter,
Oh yeah, 100%.
From Doug.
But Goku was a monkey. He had a tail.
There's just certain characters that you know what they are when you see them.
Yeah, the way they're depicted, you're like, yeah, that's a black dude.
Right?
That's a black dude. That's an Asian
That's
guy.
supposed to be a black dude.
What was I don't
Spanish
remember
dude.
right now, but
Yeah.
what was Goku? Right, he had a tail, but
Yeah,
why?
he was an ape. So he's
was an ape,
from a
right?
Saiyan race. So he's from a race of elite warriors from outer space. That,
Yeah, there
and
you go. I
his
remember,
original mission was when he was born was to come here and take over the planet.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
his
He was
tail
trained for that, yeah.
when he sees a full moon, he becomes a great ape that
That's
can
why.
destroy.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I never got balls. I
called
probably watched the
Osaru,
first 2
yeah.
seasons because
Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
All right, because after school from I believe it was from 3:30
Yep.
to 5:30, they had Dragon Ball Z. Then they had DuckTales, and it was that shit on fucking. It was it Toon Disney or was it was Cartoon Network?
It was Cartoon Network.
Yeah, they had that block where they just had back to back to back. It was
Yeah. Or even
Cartoon
it was,
Network sucks now.
WB would had it even on for a bit too, but yeah, it was from 3:30 to about 5:30. Because I would come home at that time. It was like
WB
4.
had Batman on it, motherfucker.
Yeah, Freakazoid too.
Oh, don't get me started.
Yeah.
The
But,
WB had that run with Animaniacs and fucking
some of the best fucking
Yeah.
shows of all time. But Dragon Ball Z came on
Freakazoid, you motherfucker.
around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and that's when, like I said, dude, I can tell you to this day, I came home from school, I watched an episode of that show. It was Gohan fighting Frieza in the Cell series. In the Frieza and Namek series, and I can tell you the one fucking time because I grew up watching that show with him. Like, so for me, I related to him as my character. So as a 28-year-old now, I'm still like, yo, Gohan's my boy. Like that, he gets played in the series.
Wait,
now.
that's a son.
That's his first son.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
That's
like,
where I
that's-
stopped watching it. Once everyone became Super Saiyan, I was like, done.
All right, so it was right before he came.
Done. Well,
and I'm
like when he hit him, and then the fucking guy with the fucking reticle, Vegeta.
Yeah.
Once he hit it, I was like, oh shit! And then all of a sudden, everyone sneezed, and they were fucking Super
Yeah.
Saiyan. I was like, nope, done.
Yeah,
done.
And
Go
now,
fuck yourself.
and now everyone's like Super Saiyan. Now everyone's like Super Saiyan God, and then we have like all these other levels, and it's crazy. But
That's where
for me, anime though, like I said though, that shit was.
that's where I'm on that SpongeBob meme. I'm gonna do something else.
and I'm gonna head out.
And I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, but nah, dude, it's just one of those things. Like I was super balls deep in all of that stuff because for me, I love soccer and I played soccer for teams in school and I was in Boy Scouts and I was always really busy as a kid.
Yeah.
But for me, a lot of the times it was I had my brothers and I hung out with them, and then we had our neighbors, and I really wasn't allowed to go hang out with my neighbors unless they invited us. Like my parents were very like formal with it.
Oh,
like
okay.
you can't go over their house until
Like play
they unless they come and invite you. You can't just go show up in their house.
I'd wake up and my mom, the first thing she would be like, what are you doing? You're putting your shoes on, get the fuck out the door. And I'm like, I didn't even know. She was like, that's the door. I'll see you when you get back. The door.
So for me, like I always took that as I was like, all right, well, if I can't hang out with them, then I'm not even going to invite them over. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just hang out at home. And I was always usually alone or with my brothers, and we would just watch anime and talk. Or
I used to
shit
get
like that.
beat up if I hung out with my brothers. I would get beat up, and then my mom would kick us out of the
How
house.
old were you when this happened?
Dude, I mean, this was literally since I was born to fucking.
No.
when I moved out.
What you saying right now? Like, how old are you? I just want to say. I just want to see what I was doing at that age.
I mean, all right, so we're probably talking like 6 to 12. Solid 12 years. I mean, 6 years.
I was arrested about 7 times during those years.
Yo, I did so much shit during those years.
Yep.
You have no idea, bro. Yo, even at 7 was the mark of like when shit got real in front of me, like for real.
That's
like
the-
you know, I told you, right?
Yeah, we discussed that.
Anyway, but since then, or even 6, yo. I was outside just playing with dirt, fucking canicas.
Yeah.
You know those marble balls?
Yeah.
What
is that?
And the trompo, the one that you put the thing,
The tops.
Yeah, the tops. There you go. We call them trompo.
Yeah.
We put like a bulle. I used to put a nail in it because we used to put a lot in a circle and then just throw that shit and break the other ones in half. Yeah, and then hell yeah. You put a nail and then you file it and we had a way to do it that when you hit it, it still keeps spinning and that's when you win.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
I could see you
Well, you
and,
break them in half
and
like
you
a
be
motherfucker.
fucking hurting little kids' feelings. And then
Hell
Chino be
yeah.
like,
Kicking
oh,
them
fuck
around.
you, Nick and
What you
Chino.
doing, eh?
Nick and
I
Chino.
know sometimes it's
Fucking
okay.
kicking a top across the street.
Hell yeah, bro. But we used to take fucking power wheels and shit like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
and just go down the hills.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
Using our sandals as fucking brake.
Dog, don't get me wrong. We did all that shit too. But
Big
like
wheel.
for me, it was like if I
That's
was,
all I did. I didn't stay inside for nothing.
Nah.
I used to hate it.
I used to. We would always either be inside or we would be outside, like doing that
When I
shit
moved
with
to
each other.
United
like-
States, that's when I stayed inside.
I was like, I had one neighbor. I had one neighbor that was literally right to the left of my parents' house, and we used to catch lightning bugs, and
Oh,
then,
yeah.
and then you would smear them onto fucking bottle rockets, and then we would shoot them across like down the street and try to hit a bottle. Like
Yeah.
that's what we
I
always
would
do
smash
that
him
shit.
and make war paint.
Yeah, we did that shit too.
Oh yeah.
Face
Yeah.
clone.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And then you would
Yeah.
just
I never
glowing
did
all
that.
night
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then
Yeah.
I would come home. And
I used to
I'd be
take the lagartijos and put fucking firecrackers inside.
Yeah. We've all done that
On their
shit.
mouth,
Fucking
and you
Chino,
light that shit up. Hell
every
yeah.
time you ever explained anything,
Yeah.
it always had to do with fireworks. Anytime anything.
Firecracker
Chino,
right in
Chino's
there.
telling you, he was telling me he was fucking
Or you hit them. That's the little fucking ones.
a little green nollies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You hit it on the head and they open their mouth, and then when you put it against your ears,
Yeah,
they just
bites
want
on,
to bite. Yeah, and you just walk around with 2 earrings. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
He was telling me he was fucking taking them, and what were you doing? You were fucking
Yeah, you
shoving them
put-
with the fire drain.
Yeah, you put-
Oh,
you-
the rain spout.
you put a firecracker on their mouth, right? You just shove it in there, and then you put a lot of like tissue paper and shit like that on a pipe. It was at the prices. It was four stories high,
Yeah.
and the drain from the ceiling, the what do you call it? The top
roof? Yeah,
the
yeah.
roof. There, you put it at the bottom. You light that shit up, and for some reason, I don't know why, the air sucked it in every time, and every time it went like, you would see the fucking like a tail flying, in the air.
So he was making fucking potato guns, but with fucking out of a Project Rain spout and fucking and lizards, and he's shooting these shits up in there. And how old were you? 7?
Yeah, like 7, 8. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chino be busting out
At
with
10 years old, you know what I did?
I took a whole dog, right?
No.
A whole pack of firecrackers in the mouth, right up the pipe.
In the parking lot, in the projects, in the parking lot, we have these big dumpsters for garbage because everybody just throws this garbage there, whatever. So it was full one day, and I put gas and put the shit on fire every time, just for fun.
Did you see?
But one day I had like 10 bullets, and I just threw that shit in there,
Bah, bah, bah,
and
bah,
I ran
bah.
away. No, yo, after like an hour, that shit started going boom, 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 and like balls of fire were coming out. Good thing I didn't kill nobody, yo,
Yeah.
but you saw the holes like coming out of the fucking
Yeah.
thing and everything, yo.
Chino was doing a drive-by unintentionally when he was a
No,
kid.
I didn't mean to. I apologize to the guy that was running the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't like it. He yelled at me. He's
I
like,
know,
"Keep going,
yeah,
motherfucker."
You're out there trying to murder people by accident.
So I kind of apologize, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't go fuck. But I'm like, my bad, whatever.
Why, dude,
We just left it at that.
You're gonna have fucking the Puerto Rican
I was
police
a little
come-
kid.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna come get you. There's gonna be one old detective that remembers you.
Nah, fuck that shit. What's that law? The statute of limitations? What?
Statute of limitations?
Yeah.
That does, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Falling it.
We're Gucci. And I can talk about a lot of bullshit that I did that year.
Exactly.
Shit.
It's not
Nah, I'm
incriminating
just kidding.
now.
I'm not talking about that shit.
We got that. That's off-camera talk. For
Yeah.
everyone.
But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, yeah. Those are the memories that I have deep inside my brain. Because I lived like a double life as a kid. Like I had a kid, I was a child, which was cartoons, and then there was like, as soon as I left the house, it was a totally different world. Because it was a different world back then. Like you could, at the age of 6, you could walk to
yeah.
school and do all types of shit. I mean, there was always the
I used to
story.
ask for, we call it pong, for a ride.
Yeah, the thumb up
Yeah.
there. But there was always
Here we go.
there was always the story of the dude in the white van, regardless of where you
Yeah,
went in the
yeah,
world.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Even with my bike.
Yeah.
I used to ride a bike sometimes, and I couldn't do it no more because I had to up hills and shit. And I'm like walking with a fucking bike.
Yeah.
And somebody, hey, they have a car. They don't have a truck or nothing. I hold that motherfucker.
I'll hold the bike out the side.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just let that shit ride.
All the way home.
But yeah,
fuck.
but you could do
I'd
that.
rather
Then.
do that than a fucking walk all the way.
Nowadays, you get into fucking.
I had to go like sideways to the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
hills
yeah.
because yo, it's so stiff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yo, hell no.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Was
shit.
that the one day we were hanging out and we saw the one dude on the bike and the other kid on the peg, and we were both so hyped because we were like, "That's how we used to travel."
Yo,
We
it was the
literally-
coolest shit. This kid pulled up to a corner, right, and his friend walked across the street. They dapped hands, right, and they were sitting there talking to me and Emilio at the stoplight, and all of a sudden, the kid got on the bike, and the other kid jumped on the back, and he was
And
on
then
pegs.
just fucking.
And he
that
held
was
on
it.
for his
Oh
shoulders.
yeah. I
it
used
was-
to do that shit.
Yeah,
Hell
we
yeah.
all, dude. That's how we got around.
Yeah.
If your friend had a bike that had pegs, automatically
Even if he didn't, you
Yeah.
sit on the fucking
On the handlebar.
on the handlebar, and
Yeah.
you go with that motherfucker.
or you did the shit where the dude sat on the seat in reverse with his legs like where he's facing the back,
or
and then you stood up and pedaled.
Yeah, you were like hunched straight up
you were
against the
and you pedaled, and then his back was against your back.
Yeah, and also the like the 20s and shit.
Yeah.
You can put somebody sideways here and one in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's what
I
I'm
used to do
saying.
that. I used to put my sister and my brother.
Yeah, but dude,
fucking
like you
retard.
don't understand how hyped we
Yeah,
were when
we
we
were-
seen that. I was like, yo, okay, I am so
I have
fucking
friends
glad.
that used to do wheelie with two people on the fucking bike or three.
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
But still, just to see that, to me, it made me feel like I was 10 years old again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like,
And
dude, that shit
and put in
still
the plastic,
happens.
put in the plastic cup in the back, fucking
Yeah,
tire.
yeah. Or you fucking,
You think you're in a fucking.
or you run over the
motorcycle.
can, or you run over the can with,
Yeah,
the,
that
with, the,
too,
with the
yeah.
tire, and it's fucking just grinds together. But that shit's mad hard to pedal. And you're like, it sounds cool, but it sucks. My fucking legs are burning.
And the first bikes that I had, like that shit, you couldn't go backwards because that shit.
That was
yeah.
a break, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
fuck
later
And then
on,
you get the
it came
handbrake.
with the bearing and shit that you can
Yeah,
just
you can't,
you can
yeah.
just leave it there and
Yep.
go.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then
But before
then
that,
you would
no.
pedal back.
Then you would you pepper as fast as you can just to go backwards. So you were like, man, it was like you were like
I used to do that
relaxing.
shit.
And
No
you'd be
hands.
looking- Yeah,
No
yeah.
hands.
And you'd be looking at people like,
Yeah, I'm going.
I know my bike, bitch.
I used to do that
Yeah.
shit straight up.
And then because yeah, man. Oh man, a bike. I'd see like a bike to a kid back then was the most. That was your license. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my grandmother, rest in peace. She made like I had a regular bike, like a cheap ass bike,
Yeah.
but it was nickel, and I actually made it like super shiny. And then she got me all the mongoose parts, so it looks like a mongoose,
Yeah,
whatever, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Everything, the
Like,
tacks from the front,
yeah.
the one that was in the back.
chamber. Do you remember
Yeah.
the little piece of plastic, and then
Yeah.
you get the sticker?
No,
you
no,
put-
I didn't like that.
You didn't have the chain
No,
guard?
I had the-
I got the big
the wrap-
star,
the-
like the big one. I got the pedals, the arms of the pedals,
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that shit.
The
There
forks
were
and all, yeah.
mongoose,
Yeah.
all that shit. The front bar, everything,
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Even the little tacks that was in the back where you take the tire off. With the what do you call that shit?
What, the bolts on the back?
The bolts, yeah, right next to it.
Yeah.
There was a tag. Put that shit too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Everything.
Believe me, son.
The set, everything. But
so-
it was just fun for me to make. For some reason, it was fun
To
for
me, that was your
make
hot
it
rod. You know what I'm saying?
instead of buying it
was
already
the car.
made.
It was the car that you built in your
Yeah,
garage.
they didn't have those
at
like that.
age.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Mine was a weird kind of build. Like you're like, is that a mongoose? I never seen a mongoose like that.
I never see the mongoose with that bend in the
Yeah.
frame. Be like, nah, son, it's original. This is
Yeah.
Chino B original.
Yeah.
I crashed it, we remodded it.
No, and I put the tires, the skinny ones. It was a 20, but I put the skinny
You put
tires.
the fucking the bike
The fixies?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and
The racing tires.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was I gotta show you. I don't know if I'll find a picture like that because in PR we had a.
Yeah,
it
it was
was like a
10-speed.
fashion thing, like making their bikes like that.
Yeah, yeah.
When we cut it with the front bars, we call them motorcycle bus because it was square and you can actually lower the bike. So I lowered my bike to like almost the floor.
Yeah. There's
it was-
it was really big. You ever seen that shit in Cali where they have the twisted handlebars
Is
and all
it?
that shit?
Yeah,
a
no,
dude
it's
who-
not like that. Though.
Yeah, but I'm saying that.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
As at Compton
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a fucking dope. But dude, the biking in that general sense is like, yo,
Oh,
that's
it's
how
fucking
that's how
amazing.
you got around. That's your everything. And I think that's what's fucked up with like today's world is like, yo, we look at it as like, you ask a kid right now what his world is. He's like Fortnite. And I'm like, dude, you ask us back then, and it's just like, I don't know, just fucking hang out with my boys. Like, I can tell you right now, shout out to my boy, Anthony Tejada. He and I both loved Power Rangers together. And I can tell you, he used to get all the Power Ranger toys, and my parents never got us.
Yeah.
So, like, what I got was awesome. What he got was all the stuff that I wanted, but they never got us.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I would go to his house, and dude, we was fucking for hours running around, fucking punching shit and just jumping off.
Fucking rocking out.
Dude, just fucking as kids parkouring and shit as Power Rangers. And I was like, you don't see that in today's generation of kids. And I think that's a really sad thing to say. And I'm like, dude, it's one of those things you don't see a kid outside just fucking playing around and doing stupid shit.
Yeah, especially like driving down a street in like a neighborhood. You would usually, like when I was a kid, you would go down the street and see a whole bunch of kids out in the yard or in the alley or doing shit, and it's rare nowadays. You found it?
No.
Do you remember when you go to like baseball games, you get the little wooden bats, like those real like small ones? Yeah. So I remember as a kid, I would take one of those and I ran around and I used to fucking think I was Lionel from Thundercats. Yeah, dude. So I would be running around as a kid, like, Thundercats! Oh!
You fucking yeah, dude.
And now I'm fucking 28 years old and I go to conventions and I see recreations of his sword and I'm like, Thundercats! Ho!
Yo, we went that one that we went down to in Philly, and then that guy had the actual
full size.
Yeah, he had the actual full size. That shit was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's how I'm like. Now I'm 28, and I'm like, man, I should buy this. Right?
But time's up. You wanna give a shout out?
Yeah, perfect timing. Chino be in the motherfucking house. That's it.
You wanna shout out your channel?
I still.
Shout
my
it
Instagram
out.
is not working yet.
Shout
whatever.
the fuck out.
Put it out there.
Whatever, yo. Just follow this shit. You see me here every time.
Shout
you
it
wanna
out.
talk to me?
Shout out your music channel on YouTube, Chino.
Chino B Music.
Drop it soon.
Not soon. Yeah.
At the end of peak season.
Yeah. I gotta start doing that shit.
You most definitely do.
Yeah.
Quit fucking around with me.
Should I do? Should I do? I was thinking about just doing videos of me making beats and stuff like that, and the process. And at the end of the video, just do the
drop the song.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you should do that.
Yeah.
I think you should do all that. I think you should be
Everything.
doing that.
Per day.
I know, but you know how busy I am. Bro.
I know how busy you are, bro.
But yeah, that's my one of my.
I will support it to the end.
Bet.
I'll do a podcast by myself, and basically we just be like, "Hey, this is Nick. Chino's dropping his music. Listen to that shit. Don't listen to me. Stop. You guys still listen to me.
No, I
Get
gotta
the fuck
still
off
do this.
Facebook.
What are you talking about?
Go listen to Chino. You should be listening to Chino right now. Go fuck yourself.
You know we don't take a day off.
I know. We don't. 90 days a week. That's how I fucking feel. As always,
My life.
fucking Taylor Fitter Podcast.
Emilio in the motherfucking house.
Emilio's gonna shout out his shit, but everyone stay safe, stay positive, do your shit. And Emilio, you are gonna start doing something of your own.
Yeah, so keep in tune. It's going to be called the Comic Book Masters something. We don't actually know the whole thing. But yeah, you'll see the link. I'll have Nick shout it out later at a time. But it should be up and running sometime the end of this month. Now I'm gonna get some free time this coming up weekend. So.
And what are you gonna do your channel about?
So for
You'll
me,
come back when you get it.
for me, it's definitely going to be just kind of a little bit of titles of what we talked about here. I want to do a couple of reads for people who don't have the time to actually sit down and read a comic book.
Voiceover shit.
And I'm gonna read a comic book, and I'm gonna hit each person with a different voice, give you a little bit of my take on how I hear the voices in my head and how I process them. We're going to talk about video games, comic books, anything really kind of pop culture. I'll keep you guys updated with all the newest movies and just everything. And then I'm bringing it over here, and we'll keep it running. I want to keep more people coming over, too. So
Yeah, most definitely. We'll shout out your channel from the fucking rooftops all day. Yeah, as soon as you drop your channel, find out what's going on. Let me know. Chino and I will fucking promote that shit at the end of every video. And the same thing with Sweet Dig Willie's channel. We've been talking about doing a tech channel. So as soon as this shit starts to pop off, you guys are gonna see a lot of us
after holidays.
Yeah, you guys are gonna see a lot of us cross promoting. So I'm gonna always shout out Will's channel, Emilio's channel,
Fuck yeah.
whoever else comes on this podcast.
Family time. Stay with your family, motherfuckers.
Wants to do their own shit. But you're going to be seeing a lot of us cross-promoting, and you're going to see a lot of our faces a lot of the fucking time. So Stay tuned. Stay safe. Stay positive.
You already know. We out.
Like, subscribe, comment, do all that shit. We need more motherfuckers up in here.
Yeah.
And
Support.
if you see Chino and I and you want to run a podcast with us, let us know. But you got to be interesting. Don't come to here with no bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask you a question and you go, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, how was your day? So where are you from? Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Be easy.
Perfect. We out, bitch.
Have a good night, fellas.